So what do you get when one childhood friend grows up to be an NBA ref while another becomes a bookie?
Ooh.
Well, one giant gambling scandal.
Yeah, the new film Inside Game tells the true story of a scheme made possible by their pal Tommy, played by Scott Wolf. Take a look.
Does it all work anyway? With the picks?
My job puts me on the inside, right? So I know things that regular guys don't. Unreported injuries, bad blood between refs and players.
So you're 78% accurate on locker room info?
It's a complicated game, Tommy.
Ah, Tommy.
I know.
Tommy.
Scott is here with us now. Welcome back. Good to see you.
Good to see you. Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, so this movie already won awards for Best Ensemble Cast.
Yeah.
It's been in the works for a long time. I know you said on social media that you're really proud of this.
I am.
It's out now. How does it feel?
It feels amazing. You know, it's one of those things, I mean, it's more than a year ago that we made it. Loved jumping into this story. One of my best friends in the world, Randall Battenkoff, directed this movie. I had known about the story. I'm a huge sports fan, so I knew a surface level version of it, like I think most people do, which was NBA ref, betting on his own games, banished from the league, and you just kind of put this in a box and you go, oh, this was a bad guy doing a bad thing.
Right.
But once you peel back the layers of it and you see the human beings behind the story, like any good story, it's kind of amazing who you're willing to root for and get behind, and it kind of immerses you in how it all came about, how these three buddies just saw something bigger than themselves, and how it seemed like a really good idea at the time.
And it kind of gets away from them.
Yeah. Well, you said it took about a year in production, but we heard it took about 6 years to get this from the concept to the screen.
Yeah, there were all kinds of fits and starts, and you know, there was a finance guy that ran off with their money at one point. Yes,
really?
Yes. I mean, there should be a movie about the movie, the making of the movie. But it, you know, everything happens the way it's supposed to, and the way this cast came together. Eric Mabius and Will Sasso and I played these three buddies. Grew up in Philadelphia, played basketball together. One becomes a ref, one's a big bookie, and the other has enough time on his hands to go between the two.
Tommy.
He's a bit of a floater.
He is. And what's great is, so I grew up not far from here in New Jersey, and so my buddy Randall knew that there was a lot more of Tommy and me and Tommy than most people might know.
Yes.
I was going to say, this is not what we know. This is not what the roles that you typically take. So it must have been fun diving into this.
It was a blast. It was a blast. And look, I love playing characters that on the surface, I mean, I don't look like a typical guy who you want to hate or is a bad guy.
Not at all. Not with those dimples.
So to play a guy who they're doing some things that ethically aren't in bounds for most of us, and it really challenges an audience to figure out, am I rooting for this guy? Am I not rooting for this guy?
Did you meet the real Tommy?
I did. I spent a bunch of time with him. I fell hard for the real Tommy Martino. He's a sweetheart of a guy. And while these other two guys were in it for, you know, for money and for sort of bigger things, Tommy was really just in it to be back in the saddle with his high school buddies, having an adventure. You know, he was addicted to a good time.
Well, he had an adventure, that's for sure.
He really did.
We can't let you get away without talking about the CW's Nancy Drew. A lot of folks happy to have this back. How does it feel to be a part of it?
It's been a blast.
You're playing Nancy Drew's dad.
I play Carson Drew. I'm the dad now.
That's okay.
And Kennedy McMahon, who plays Nancy Drew, is just incredible. She's really remarkable. And the whole cast, crew, writers. The show's being created by a bunch of Nancy Drew super fans. So everything we're doing is inspired by those books. But we take the books as a leaping off point. And so it's really spooky, it's really complicated. Our Nancy Drew heroine is a really complicated character with flaws and with issues she's trying to work through.
So it's more modern.
It's a way more modern telling of the story. And whereas there were...
And darker.
Yes, there were hints of ghastly things in the books, and in our show, they're ghosts.
They're there. Let's get real.
They're there.
Okay, well, you can catch Inside Game in theaters nationwide now, and check out the Nancy Drew show as well.
Thank you so much.
Scott, thank you so much for stopping by.
Thank you, guys.